Hi, today we'll be going over third shot mindset at a 4-5 plus level. So at the 4-5 plus level, what I found is generally these players have a lot of skills and they can do a lot, and the most frequent thing they do wrong is they approach the net incorrectly. As a 4-5, generally your hands and attacks are pretty good, so your primary objective is to get to the net safely as much as possible, the highest percentage. And the most common error here is how they move through the transition zone and how that costs them. So they may hit a drop, something like this, and then you immediately see them do stuff like that, where they're trying to attack from midcourt off of a mediocre drop. And the reason they usually do this is because at earlier levels, their hands were better than the players they played against at a 4-0 or 3-5 level, and they got away with that. They just drove through their opponents, attacking from midcourt was fine. But the difference is, the higher level you go, the attacks don't get that much better, but the hands of your opponents and their counterattacks do. So this stuff from midcourt doesn't work nearly as well anymore, and that's why you really want to concentrate on your transition shots, your half volleys, your resets into the kitchen, your blocks, all that stuff, in order to safely get yourself into the kitchen. And this becomes even more important at those high levels because your opponents begin to know how to keep you back efficiently. Your drops have to be better, and your transition zone has to be better. So before, maybe I could get away with a drop like that. Now I receive rolls back like I just did, and it's going to be tougher. So if I'm hitting drops like this, I'm either going to need to hit them quite a bit better in order to get into the line, or I'm going to need to hit the same type, but be very conscious of what kind of transition shots I'm hitting in the midcourt. So now I may hit a drop like this, something there, midcourt again. Now I'm in, all right? That took 4 shots. That's just a different mindset than you usually see at this kind of level. Just be very conscious of what you're doing in midcourt, and your primary focus should always be get the ball in the kitchen from that part of the court more than any other. I'm okay with driving from the baseline. I'm okay with dropping from the baseline. I'm even okay with driving from the kitchen line. But you should not be driving the ball from midcourt. The players you're going to play are going to punish you for that. I really want you to be dropping the ball in the kitchen and make sure you're getting to the net every time from midcourt. So to make an example of why driving is okay at the baseline and the kitchen line, but not midcourt, if I hit a drive from here, whatever I get is always going to be in front of me, because if it's behind me, it's out. So then that next one, I can hit a fine drop and get up to the net just fine. Now, if I hit a drive from the kitchen line, something like this, sure, it may not always be a smart attack, but you can get away with it simply because they have less reaction time. It's going to be tough to respond to that ball if you hit it well. Whereas midcourt is the worst case in both of those areas. You're hitting from an area where they have plenty of time to respond, so your attack is not going to be very surprising or very good unless you hit it absolutely perfectly, which you are rarely going to. And 2, whatever reply they hit to you is always going to be at your feet, or nearly always, which is very bad for us. So even that, where I was hitting from up to down, the next one is going to be there. That's a problem for us, all right? And the better player you play, the more often they're going to do that. Our attacks simply don't get good enough, we're not powerful enough to do stuff from midcourt where our opponent can't do the same thing right back, but better because it's lower, all right? So in summary, when moving through transition zone at 4-5 plus level, your default should always be blocking, half volleying in the kitchen, not attacking from midcourt. And there you have third shot mindset from the 4-5 plus level.